University Multan, Dr. Tanveer Ahmed, to hold a speech and aware you all about antimicrobial resistance.
Happy to see all of you. You are involved in awareness regarding antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic resistance is one of the major issue of the future. You know why this is one of the major issue? Because most of the time the antibiotics are being used without any proper logic, or are being used without getting advice from the concerned person. Most of the time people here are involved in self-medication. So there are different reasons why this AMR, antimicrobial resistance, is becoming common in our society. And most of the time if you get antibiotics, they are not responding. Why they are not responding? Why this is happening? Because either we are using irrelevant drugs, whether we are using underdose, whether sometimes you start therapy and then you become okay and then you eliminate. In the next day you stop antibiotic. You know, antibiotics, they require a certain time period. You know, you have, if you give antibiotic, you give for 3, 4, 5. Some antibiotics you have to give for 7 days. Even some antibiotics, like in typhoid, you have to give for 14 days. And if you stop, if you get relief from the symptoms, you will see you will quit the antibiotics. So if we are not properly covering the course of the antibiotics, this is also one of the reasons why this MR is now become a giant in front of us, monster in front of us. Because in poultry, in livestock sector, even in fish ponds, people using antibiotics to check the bacterial, viral, fungal infections. And these antibiotics, due to excess use, they're also coming in the milk, in the eggs, in the meat. So you are getting also these antibiotics from your food. Most of the time the farmers, whenever they grow their birds for more weight, they also use antibiotics in the feed to prevent infection. As there is a concept of growth promotion through antibiotics. Penicillin, some antibiotics, the feed mills, they are regularly using in the feed without any logic. They think if the animal is not getting infection, it means the weight is, there will be more meat production, there is more eggs, more. So this is the time. We have to establish a benchmark where we are standing. Current situation is extremely alarming. We are using antibiotics, we are involved in the malpractices. If whenever you have interaction with the farmers, if a farmer is involved in dairy farming, he will give antibiotic to the cow, then milk out that cow, and will use that antibiotic mixed milk. He will send this milk to you, he will sell it, he will not stop it. Similarly, in case of broiler, in the broiler industry, the bird is 3 to 40 days, and there is mortality. There are some infections. Why are the infections? They are more stronger than the antibiotics, because we are using antibiotics, antimicrobial drugs without logic, so that they are become more stronger. They are resisting to the drugs which are designed to kill them. So whenever these products, this meat comes in the market and then we bought and then we go for the cooking of that meat and that also carries antibiotics. These lower antibiotics, if you use antibiotics in low quantity, this is more dangerous. Once you want to make a mistake or want to use antibiotics, always make on the upper side. Don't go for the underdose. These lower antibiotics, they are very good. You can say एक तरह का इसको आप कह सकते हैं. These are very good immunogenic for survival of the microbes. They start setting themselves. DNA, everything starts setting according to that track. How the bacteria which can resist the antibiotics, they will survive. The weak will be eliminated. Mostly in population ecosystem, you have to keep the weak to kill the highly pathogenic. So these antibiotics, they are creating one of the problem that underdose, relevant prescription. Most of the time you will see in practice, veterinarians, even in some veterinary assistants, even doctors, they are using antibiotics without any logic. They give 1, 2, 3, 4 antibiotics, and then they think if you give 4, 5 antibiotics, one of them will work, and you will be known as good practitioner in this society. That your prescription is working, but you are not understanding. You are creating a problem for the whole society. There is infection and antibiotics, they are not working, then what will happen? The people will start dying. If there is infection, there is no protection from us. Most of the people, they will get sick, they will get infection, and they will not be able to work properly. And the death toll will increase. So that this topic, this is very hard topic these days. We come to the point that the rest of the world reach on the top. People in Europe, in America, in modern world, you will see they don't like antibiotics. Use antibiotics when required. You cannot survive. This should be the last option. If you look into the saying of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you will see if you have any infection, any disease, what you should do, you should go for. First, number one, you should pray for Allah. Number two, you can offer 2 nafal for that. Then you give sadaqah. And later on, you then go for some local remedy, and finally, after getting that local remedy, you can go to a doctor or to a hakim for the treatment. Whenever there is infection, we should think the antibiotic should be the last option. If you think with all the scheme you have planned not working, then you go for the antibiotics. All you have to give. Last option. Here, what we have, you see on the most of the time that when we are performing the cases, most of the time you also people conscious that you should know the antibiotic works, and then I have to prescribe, and then I have to use, and then get the result. So this is this mindset we have to change. First, we have to identify what's the cause, how other alternative measures we can adopt to prevent this infection. The one of these we have most of the time we listen these things, but we don't apply. That 50%, if you are more hygienic, you adopt cleanliness, you have 50% iman. You know it? This covers हमारा निस्फ ईमान है. And don't 99% infections, they are due to this poor hygienic diets. How much? 99. So I'm now coming towards solution. We have a problem. This AMR is a problem. Anti-microbial is a problem. No, how develop? We are brutally working with antibiotics. This is the cause. And then what's the solution? The solution is that we have to come to the basics. Among one of the basics is adopt hygienic behaviors. Antibiotics should not be priority. Hygienic behaviors should be the priority. If you have three things in your body properly fitted, like good food, good environment, and number three, hygienic measures. If you use food that is infection free, you live in an environment which is free from germs. So we have to refocus ourselves. With Europeans, they have refocused themselves. They don't like antibiotics. Unless if you get antibiotic, unless you feel you are not coping with the condition, disease. 99% infections, that can be covered by your immune system. Now the people are working on the alternative therapies. They don't think we should work on antibiotics. We should use some other homemade remedies. This is culture in our society. Most of the time, people use local remedies. This was a good culture. We are one of the problem. We have left our culture in all segments of the life. Our culture was very rich, very strong. All these local herbs, all these the herbal or this local remedies, they were very effective. Still, the people are working. This amla, they're working on these alternatives. Coconut oil, this vegetable oil, because the concept has been changed now. Your main aim is, whenever you talk about the antibiotics, you have to strong your immune system. If your immune system is working, no issue, no problem. Whether corona, whether any antibiotic, any bacterial typhoid, TB, if you are getting good food, good environment, there is no issue. The problem we have, forgotten, we have left our lesson. We ignore Allah and His Prophet. And that's the reason we are in problem. Very simple thing we can adopt. This 50% IMA is due to hygienic measures if you take in your life. And 99% infection you will cover through this. In modern dairy farms, I used to go there. They never use antibiotics now. And Nestle will not take this milk, which is antibiotic. They use now alternative therapies. They prefer, I should advise, use of the acids, use of the some local herbs. This is the reason we have to work over this. Consequences, what could be the consequences of this AMR? The one, if we are using irrational antibiotics, we are using underdose, we are using brutally antibiotics to treat infections in the livestock and poultry, and then we're getting that milk, meat, and eggs. These antibiotics, they will make your germs more stronger, more resistant. And that antibiotic is designed to kill the organism. This design will be changed if we are ignoring the basic rule for the therapy. These germs, they will be act as monsters. They will be the big problem for us. This TB. This TB is again mycobacterium is becoming resistant. Rifampicin is not working over here. What is the solution for this TB? We have to provide good environment, good food, not antibiotic. The people, they are talking about the welfare of the people, drug-free, pollution-free, good environment. Though the people talk about the health, they don't talk about the disease. So we have to come to control this problem. We have to come to the basics. So avoid irrational therapy. Use whole course of the antibiotics prescribed by the practitioner. Don't quit prescription or therapy in between the treatment. Get vaccinated. Stay safe. Use precautionary measures, maximum, to avoid the infections. And use some local natural remedies to treat the infections, like our local garlic. It's very good antiseptic. Honey, but that's what also one of the best. Ginger, lemon. So these things, these are for a few examples. A lot of things are available as an alternate therapy. Antibiotics should be the last choice if you have nothing to do. So the problem is the last time that one of the issue has been raised over here. All the drugs, they have become resistant against the E. coli. All the antibiotics available, no, they are resistant to E. coli in livestock, even in the human beings, not just one. All the groups, they are not working properly. So this is the time we have to redevise, reshape ourselves, and come to the basics. So as a veterinarian, this is also the duty. You have to choose rational therapy. Avoid unjustified use of underdose. हमारे गलती करनी है एंटीबायोटिक देना ही गलती है, तो कर रही है तो वो कभी अंडर डोज ना करें. ओवरडोज हो जाए तो कोई बात नहीं, तो ड्रग टॉक्सिक ना हो तो उसका कुछ नहीं होगा. अंडर डोज बहुत बड़ा चिराना. तो थैंक यू सो मच. दिस वाज ऑल अबाउट दिस टॉपिक. इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन यू कैन आस्क. अवेलेबल. सवाल इससे रिलेटेड करें. ये अच्छी बात है. मैं आई एम फीलिंग हैप्पी. लेकिन मैं तो वैसे इस चीज़ को इनकरेज करता हूँ, बच्चों को करना चाहिए. ये आप लोग ही इस धरती का फ्यूचर है. ठीक है ना. हमने तो अपने बाल सफ़ेद कर लिए हैं, आपके बाल सफ़ेद हो गए हैं, तो अभी से अपनाएंगे, अपनी आदतें अच्छी करें. वो एक हदीस है ना कि अल्लाह के नबी ने कहा कि अपनी आदतें जो है ना, वो आदतें कब्र तक साथ देती हैं. अच्छी आदत बनाओ, कब्र तक आते हैं. लेकिन आपकी जो आदत पड़ जाएगी तब तक मरना नहीं ना, आपको आदत रहनी होती. चोरी करने की पड़ेगी ना, तो मरने से पहले ही चोरी करके मरेगा. झूठ बोलने के मन, तो अच्छी आदतें बनाएं. तो ये अभी से अच्छी आदत ये है कि एंटीबायोटिक ना यूज़ करें, मिनिमम यूज़ करें. अब प्रॉब्लम ये है, हमारे बच्चों का इशू ये आ रहा है कि बच्चे हेल्थ कॉन्शियस नहीं हैं. पहले हम लोग जो हम या पहुँच गए हैं, अभी हम आपसे अभी भी स्ट्रॉन्ग हैं किस हवाले से कि हमने फिज़िकल वर्क किया हो. हम 2-2 घंटे वो क्रिकेट खेलते रहे, स्विमिंग करते रहे, जॉगिंग करते रहे, कुछ ना कुछ एक्टिविटी. अब तो बच्चे करते ही नहीं. फिज़िकल वर्क खत्म हो गया. आपकी इम्यूनिटी जो है वो फिज़िकल वर्क जो है उससे भी बेहतर होती है. तो कोशिश करें थोड़ी सी वॉक, कुछ ना कर सके तो वॉक तो करें आप. ठीक है जी. थैंक यू सो मच.